What's up? What's up? Happy Hump Day. Happy Wednesday. I just want to talk about, something that's going through my mind. Only a couple people might be able to really feel this video, but so I go to LA last year, about April, and me and my partners we riding around LA, kicking it or whatever, and we go to the Nipsey Hussle Square. Damn, I see Cowboy. Cowboy really ain't no celebrity. He might be now, but because I've been watching Kev Mac videos, all these documentaries, and I was a real Nipsey fan, I was like, oh shit, that's Cowboy. I know the backstory between him and Nip. So I take a picture with him. Cool brother, shook my hand, everything, you know what I mean? He's making headlines right now because he got on the stand against the individual that killed Nipsey Hussle, Eric Holder. And there's been an outcry about it. A lot of people calling him a rat and all kind of stuff. I have two things I want to talk about with that. For one, I'm gonna make another video. It's gonna be titled "Snitches, Rats, Snakes." It's not just an act that you make. It's a characteristic, like where you don't take accountability or you're lying about who you are. That's really what a snitch, a snake, and a rat is. It just manifests in telling and getting somebody sent to jail. But there's two ways to look at this. From my point of view, I'll never get on the stand on nobody. I won't call the police on nobody. If they commit a crime, nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Only way with me, police are getting involved is ain't nobody going to jail. That's just my beliefs. That's my standards. If we're going at it with each other, I'm not going to call the police on you. And if we come up with a scheme, I'm not going to call the police on you if I get caught. That's weaseling out. I'm not taking my accountability if that's the case. So I don't agree with that at all. Not to sound negative, but there's two ways you could look at it. From the big Thundercat rolling 60s point of view, Cowboy is wrong. He shouldn't have got on the stand. His ass was there that day. It's enough of their individual group in the penal system. They can handle that. They can make phone calls. They can handle it. They could get him touched or whatever, and let that karma come back. Because he actually did kill Nipsey for no reason. So he's all the way wrong if you look at it from that point of view. But another point of view I want to touch on, and it might add a little bit of light, and it's not contradicting nothing, but and not to make fun of nobody, but Cowboy at one time was homeless. He was on drugs, and the individual that Nipsey grew up looking up to, now Nipsey had the upper hand, and Nipsey looked out for that brother, gave him a job, put money in his pockets, and from that point of view, the Herman Douglas, I guess that's his real name, the Herman Douglas point of view, he just going to court for his friend. The boy got caught red-handed on video camera killing Nipsey, so I don't see why there's needed help or needed extra people to get on the stand. It's on like it was on the internet for months. This man cold-bloodedly killing Nipsey, but I guess they needed help or whatever. But Cowboy's story is he got on the stand to clear Nipsey's name, and from that narrative, he's just looking out because that brother looked out for him. Nipsey looked out for him, put money in his pocket, gave him a job or whatever. And you can't judge nobody, but the narrative that you put out, I don't have it on my mind right now, but in the Bible it talks about the same way you judge, it'll be given back to you. 90% of the time, Cowboy plays the gangster crip, well, hoods the crip in their point of view, street persona. I mean, when I met him, he was actually checking some individuals out there about, I guess somebody drove past and said VNGs. And he was checking them about, like, hey, like, you know what I'm saying? They was really in the field, even though they was out there selling nip stuff. And that's kind of like a tourist location now, but they was still out in the field. Like, he projects, at least on the internet, I don't know him personally, the hardcore gangster, the old school gangster. So that's why ain't nobody giving them no love. And so whatever light that you show yourself in, that light, the energy is gonna come back to you. Now I automatically know the older, the other version of him that was on drugs and Nipsey looking out for him, and he really loved that, because that was his little homie. He hit bad times. Now his little homie looking out for him. That's really how the game's supposed to be. But from that point of view, he's just trying to clear up the youngster's name. I don't agree with that, but I can see that and I can respect that. And so, like I said, like, man, whatever energy you put out into the world is the energy you're gonna get back. If you put out a positive rehabilitation or like just positivity out into the world, that's gonna come back to you. Favor is gonna come back to you. Mercy is gonna come back to you. But if you put out this gangster narrative, if you put out this hardcore old school narrative, it's gonna come back to you, and you gotta play by those rules. So I mean, there's two sides to every story. There's really three sides to every story: the truth, their story, your story. You know what I'm saying? And the reasons why or whatever. That's only if you're called to that person to figure that out. But I just want to talk about that. It's just like it's an interesting dynamic to me, because I've had similar things in my life. Not so much with the cowboy situation, but the whole Eric Holder situation, where like these guys that get out of jail and they're rats and there's paperwork on them, they will go to drastic measures to do anything to cover up their name, because they already smutted their name by breaking the code or whatever. So the Nipsey situation hits me way closer than anybody could really realize, except people that know my situation. Like I said, not the cowboy situation, but just the Nip Eric Holder situation. But just something to think about, man. Just watch the narrative that you put out into the world, and just be prepared for whatever you get out is gonna come back to you, and just play by those rules. Y'all have a blessed day, Mental Riders, man. Thank you for the sponsorship. Sorry I couldn't bring home the dub, but we working, baby. I'm back fighting on a regular basis. I will bring back W's, and I'm here to promote all you guys, because mental health, spiritual warfare, all of that is true, and we need to get things together, because people playing on our mind, using witchcraft, using narcissism. It leads to alcohol abuse, it leads to substance abuse, and that leads to suicide, homicide. So we got to be very aware of a lot of stuff. But thank you for the sponsorship. I love y'all. See the show. You know what I'm saying? I'm pumping out a lot of videos this weekend, so y'all get ready.